Patience is very important. Being patient and expressing some patience is so important for overall well-being and of course your game of performance, because if you're not patient, you might start to make these rash, irrational decisions quick on the spot because you're just making a decision to make a decision. You're not really patient, you're not really thinking about it, and that could end up hurting your overall well-being or your game of performance. The vibe today is patience, such a valuable skill to hold, not only in life, but in your game and gaming performance. I think gaming performance is very, I'm going to go over a couple examples, but patience, being able to be patient and just, kind of not make a decision because you need to make a decision or go do something because you just need to do it. That would be the opposite of patience. That sometimes can negatively impact your journey, be it in health and wellness or gaming. I'm going to go over gaming right now, and this carries on to all aspects of life, of course. But when I was playing video games, when I was competing Counter-Strike, at the beginning, I was not patient. I would go and I would rush in, I would look for the opponents. I wanted to get rid of the opponents as quickly as possible, right? And 9 times out of 10, that did not work out in my favor. It took a long time for me to realize this, that patience really does play out or pan out in your favor in a game like Counter-Strike. And I'm sure this applies to many different games. But I started learning patience. Now years go by, I started learning some patience, and you see these people quote unquote holding angles and they just sit there and wait. That's patience. And because they hold that angle, nobody expects it, bam, outplay your opponent because you had the patience to be able to sit there and wait and hold that angle and do something that somebody didn't expect. Whereas like if you're rushing around, one, they're gonna hear you, right? At the same time, I had a buddy who was not patient at all. It was like rapid fire, the definition of ADHD. He was like, go here, go there, we're gonna rush, we're gonna do this. And it got us a lot of lost rounds because he was just so impatient and it made it very tough to play with. And so I could see the both sides of the world. Now that being patient not only helps with in-game, but it helps with in your health and wellness journey as well. And I'm going to use fitness as an example. I was very patient, and I had help by asking people questions. Don't be afraid to ask for help, to ask questions, to get answers from people. People are generally open to helping other people. But when I first started working out, when I first started my health and wellness journey, it was fitness. I started working out. I started going to the gym 5 days a week because that's what my app said. I don't condone doing that right out of the gate. Start slow. But I almost got burnt out. I did for about a week and then I went back at it, okay? But I was patient throughout. It took 8 months for me to see any sign of muscle, which was my primary goal, was to gain some muscle. I was a very skinny, scrawny boy my whole life, and I wanted to gain some muscle, just not to be like a bodybuilder. I just wanted to have some muscle. It took me 8 months to see any of it. I was very patient. That was discouraging at times, but I was like, you know what? I'm just going to be patient. I'm going to work through eventually. At month 6 and 7, I was like, it's got to happen at some point, whether it's, the next month or a year from now. One of the biggest guys I've ever met, I talked to him. I said, I'm not seeing any results, the one day, because he asked how I was doing. I said, I'm not seeing any results. It's kind of discouraging. Like, it's like I'm showing up to the gym and I'm doing everything. I work out with you. And I said, you're like huge. And he told me it took him a year and a half to see muscle. And he said I was as scrawny as you were. And now he's a big dude. And he said, I was very patient through it. He said, I knew it was going to happen. But he's like, you know what? At the same time, I wasn't seeing the results there, but I was feeling the results. Because I was patient, I was able to push through, and I was feeling the results. I felt better every time I went to the gym. My mood was better. There was a lot of other benefits outside of the one that I was specifically looking for that I was feeling. So that also helped me remain patient in that aspect. So patience is very, very important. Let's be patient, okay? If you like what you heard in this video, if you have anything to add, let me know in the comments. Hit that like button, helps out the channel. Hit that subscribe button for more content like this, and I hope to see everybody in the next video. Later, dreamers.